For decades, automation promised something simple: fewer mistakes. Machines don't get tired. They don't lose focus. They don't panic. They don't hesitate. So the logic felt obvious. If machines could assist humans, they could also protect them. This belief reshaped factories, airplanes, hospitals, and financial systems. Eventually, it reached the most human activity of all: driving. Tesla's Autopilot was built around that promise, not to replace the driver, but to support them. At least, that was how it was presented. In theory, the system controlled speed, lane positioning, and distance. The human remained responsible, still expected to watch, still expected to intervene. But responsibility changes when control feels effortless. When a system works smoothly, day after day, the human brain adapts. Attention doesn't disappear suddenly. It erodes quietly. Hands loosen on the wheel. Eyes stop actively scanning the road. The mind shifts from monitoring to trusting. The human role doesn't vanish. It softens. From operator to observer. This isn't laziness. It isn't recklessness. It's psychology. Humans are not built to supervise systems that almost never fail. We are built to react to danger when nothing goes wrong. Our brains conserve energy. We relax. And relaxation is exactly where risk begins. On May 7, 2016, that quiet shift became fatal. A Tesla Model S was traveling along a highway in Florida. Autopilot was engaged. The road was familiar. The weather was clear. Traffic was light. There was no reason to feel alert. No reason to expect danger. Ahead, a white truck began turning left across the highway. To a human driver, the situation was obvious. A large object was crossing the road. To the system, it wasn't. Against the bright sky, the white trailer blended into the background. The sensors misclassified it. The software failed to recognize it as an obstacle. No emergency braking was triggered. No evasive maneuver followed. And the driver did not intervene, not because he was careless, not because he was distracted, but because the system had trained him not to expect failure. This is the part that makes automation dangerous. When systems work most of the time, humans stop actively preparing for the moment they don't. There was no sharp alarm, no sudden warning demanding attention. Just silence. And silence is dangerous. By the time reality caught up, there was no margin left to correct the mistake. The car passed beneath the trailer. The impact killed the driver instantly. In the aftermath, investigators searched for a single cause: a technical malfunction, a faulty sensor, a software error. But what they found was more uncomfortable. The system had limitations. Those limitations were documented. The driver was supposed to remain attentive. Hands on the wheel, eyes on the road. Yet the human assumed the system would recognize danger before intervention was needed. That assumption was wrong. Automation doesn't warn when it doesn't know it's wrong. It doesn't feel uncertainty. It doesn't doubt its own judgment. It simply continues executing what it believes is correct. The system was confident. Confident and wrong. This is one of the most dangerous traits a machine can have, because confidence convinces humans to step back. Tesla's Autopilot didn't fail because it was reckless. It failed because it was convincing, because it worked well often enough to earn trust, and trust changes behavior. The more reliable a system feels, the less actively humans monitor it. This pattern isn't unique to Tesla. it appears in aviation. Where pilots rely on automated flight systems, it appears in medicine. Where doctors trust diagnostic algorithms, and it appears anywhere. Humans are asked to supervise machines. When systems take over routine tasks, humans are pushed into a supervisory role. But supervision is harder than control. Reaction times increase. Situational awareness fades. By the time intervention is required, the system has often already acted. That's the paradox of automation. The better it performs, the less prepared humans become to step back in when something goes wrong. We assume we'll notice the moment we're needed, but we rarely do. Because by the time we realize control is required, we've already been disengaged. This crash wasn't just a technological failure. It was a failure of expectations. Automation didn't eliminate human error. It reshaped it. Mistake wasn't trusting a machine. The mistake was assuming humans would always recognize the exact moment they needed to take control back. And sometimes, by the time that moment arrives, there is no time left.